Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am about to craft for about half an hour, setting my timer as I speak, and thought I would click it on and have you join with me. Seemed like my last series of spontaneous crafting on the folio were well received for a variety of reasons, but one that everybody mentioned was crafting along, watching my process. This is a Christmas journal that is based on the Christmas Eve kit by the paper Cameo. And I'm just working on it. It's one signature, and I'll just save the flip through for, when I'm actually done with it. Otherwise, the whole time will get taken up with the flip through. But I do love the cover. I put a strip of sparkles and a little, yellowish gemstone, goldish, to go with the gold around the edges. Just love this page. And then I added a very inconspicuous lace. I wanted it to blend in, to be more like that, to cover up the, the stitching that I did. And I just love the back. I love this so much. The cover that came with the kit was this. But this is my favorite paper, so that's the one I'm going with for my cover. So I was working on a page back here. Let's see. Okay. And what made me think about turning this on and sharing a little craft idea, well, actually, I do have one. Hold on. I think it's, yeah. Some of you on Instagram with me might have noticed when I showed this. This is an envelope that has the ribbon across it, and I cut out a second ribbon and then stuck in this journaling card, and I made the cherub just stick up over the top. So it became a belly band, and this is the back, and there's more inside. I'll just save that for now. And so on this page, I started to think I was going to do the same thing. So I printed out the page and I began to cut it out. And then it occurred to me, what if I were to simply not cut out the rest of it, turn it upside down, and put it in the page like that? I think it's cool. And then this card, I made this with Chapter 1 Papers kit called Frosted Windows, and this is from Artful Era Gallery, and so is the ornament. The stamps are on the postcard in the Frosted Windows, and this is a tag or a label from Pink Monarch Prints. So this way the ladies show, and that's what I was missing when I was going to cut this out. The ladies would be hidden. And that is really nothing to look at. It's darling with the ladies. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that it's different and fun. If I were to cut the rest of this out and still put it on upside down, then this is what we would see, which isn't bad at all. But this, with the music lines going across, there's just it looks more like a package, like the music is the background because it's the wrapping paper, and then the bows are on top. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start by gluing that in. If you haven't seen this kit yet, you may have seen pictures of it, and I know Carol Laws has used Paper Cameo's kit, I think for a couple of journals. And she pretty much sticks exclusively with papers from Nicola's kits. And I do have a lot of different kits in here also from her. But I just can't stick with just one unless it's a, tiny ephemera project. Then I can. But otherwise, I can't. So Nicola understands that. She's so good. She says, do what you got to do. So that is what I'm doing here. But every page is from the kit called Christmas Eve. and it's a delightful collection. She's really into showing the ladies, on her kits. Different ladies, different outfits, different looks. A lot of them are in the air flying and stuff like that. And I'm not talking about the angels. I'm talking about ladies. And I made a whole writing journal earlier this year for a writing retreat I went to in September. And it was just filled with the ladies' pictures, and they became inspiration for me at the retreat. So this particular kit has really unique ladies, very unusual and unique ladies. So check it out. Check it out in her shop. This is so cute. Oh my gosh. How simple is that? Love. Okay, and then this piece of paper is from an old kit that I got from Antique Paperie. And this is a heart that comes in Nicola's kit. And this is background paper that's also in the kit. So I had this in something else, but when I saw that this joy fit perfectly, and peace and joy are my favorite words to use for Christmas things, I couldn't pass it up. I just couldn't pass it up with this. Do you see the sparklies on here? And the pearl? Is that not cute sticking out? And this angel is truly represented greatly in pages coming up. So it's not like the angel gets no attention. She does. So I think what I'm going to do, I want to put gold around this paper. And this is what I use a lot of times. I use this and then the paint pen. But this gives a completely different look. It's called Antique Gold. It's by Rub and Buff. And it's a metallic wax finish. It's the first time I realized it was a wax. I might have guessed it, but I actually never read the tube. Got it a lot of years ago. It lasts a very long time. So what I want to do is wipe it around the edges, because this darker area here would not necessarily be what I would pick to go in this journal. But I don't want to cut it off because I think the width is a good size. The heart needs this width for this to sit at the top. Coincidentally, I pulled this as a scrap out of my Christmas scraps. So if something works right away, it's like, okay, that's a sign, right? Do you guys use signs when you're making journals? Do you see things and go, oh, that's a sign. It wants to be used. I'm going to use it. This is meant to be in here. I do. I do that in life. Always have. And I don't regret it, not once. Even though sometimes I don't know why it's giving me a sign to do a certain thing. I still do it, and then in the end, even if it's quite a bit later, like one time I had a dream that told me I needed to, sell some old gold pieces I had to a particular jewelry store in town. And, I had thought one day I would sell those pieces. They were really, pieces left over from things. Stones had been taken out of the ring, or I think one was an actual gold tooth I had in my mouth at one point. So, it wasn't like great stuff, but it was at a time when gold was worth a lot. And I didn't really want to do it because I don't like doing stuff like that. But when I had the dream and it said go do it, I got up and went and did it. And the funny thing was I had found a lapis watch. I love this lapis color blue, and I have lots of things with lapis, earrings and jewelry and bracelets and necklaces and clothes. Just love it. And it had a lapis band, it had a lapis face. I had bought it in Sedona. And I'd worn it, and it finally didn't, even with a new battery, the clock didn't turn anymore. So it was an analog watch type thing, So I had put it away for years, and then I pulled it out thinking, maybe somebody who works on watches could actually fix this. because I really did like wearing it. And so I think I had it on. I must have had it on. Must have been hopeful. So then they were so thrilled when they got the gold. It was like amazing. They said things like, oh my gosh, how timely, what made you come in, why did you think of this, you know, that kind of thing, because I wasn't a regular customer of theirs at all. And so they said, is there anything that we can do for you? Which is really an unusual thing, don't you think, for a jeweler to say? And I said, well, as a matter of fact, I did put the glue on the wrong side. I do that often. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I cannot think and talk at the same time. I mean, I cannot craft and talk. I can't think and talk at the same time. That's true. And I can't craft and talk at the same time. Clearly. Okay. I'll strengthen this. That's not a bad thing. And so I showed him my watch. And I said, this watch hasn't worked in years, and I would really love to wear it again. And so the one guy was, I guess, the watch guy, and he said, well, let me take a look. And he was gone for a little while. And when he came back, tick-tock, tick-tock, it was working. So I was thrilled, and I said, thank you so much. I'm going to chop this so it's fast. Hold on. Oh no, I cut it in the wrong place. Oh. Oh. What a comedy of errors. Ha ha. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I don't know what I'm going to do now. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. If I put this down, I don't know. I liked it the other size. I'm going to try to glue it back on and then cut it the right size. I'm going to do that off camera. So anyway, the clock worked, the watch worked, and I wore it for another couple years. It was a miracle. I don't know how he did it. The battery was new when I gave it to him. I don't know what exactly he did, and he didn't tell me. He said that's, you know, I don't know what he said, but he didn't go into explanation about how he fixed it. Kind of implied, you know, that it was magic. You like this? I love this. Vellum. I love seeing this. This is a tag. I made this tag. I like that it says hope. Heaven knows we need a lot of that these days. And I embossed that. And this is a stamp sticker. Add a little lace. Put some of this velvet looking paper on the back from Ruby and Pearl. And then this is also a sticker of more berries. Same paper that's on the cover, but in red. And, oh, looks like I lost something. No, just knocked it down. Okay, so this was that do not get utilized. It's an embarrassment of riches. I've had them. I do love it though. I've got a thin version and then I've got the thicker. Oh, I do love it. And then we have this, which is very thin. That might be pretty since that's such a pretty page. And then we have this one. That's a lot. Pages. I don't know, these might look cuter kind of hanging off. Okay, but I could do it with this one. So let's see what that looks like. What I wanted to do on this journal was come up with paper and not in as big a habit of using textiles. So let's see. Okay, so that's pretty with the gold edges. Let's see. Okay. It's on the yellow side to me. It's quite on the yellow side. And this is more in the gold. And I think this is better. So one more look before, let me just look at this pink one. I like the width of this pink one. I think that's a plus. This journal will be available, so if you are interested, give a holler on IG or in the comments, although it's harder to kind of communicate, or on my website, through my website, support@journalbreeze.com. No, that's my email. Journalbreeze.com. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, you can't even tell. Huh, you can't even tell it's pink. It almost looks too skinny, doesn't it? That is such a beautiful ribbon. Maybe if I used it on this side, then you could see the pink. Yeah. I think I'll use it on a vellum. Yeah. I'm going to use it on a vellum page, not that page. And this one I'm not going to use. So that puts me back with this one. Okay. So do I want to turn it under at the end? And then cut that off or not? Yeah, I can cut that off, I think. And then I think I'm going to use the 3-in-1 beacon. As the way to attach. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this. Whoops. Whoops. Okay. Alright, so this, I've got the corners cut off, so I'm going to cut them off on this one too. Wait, let me get the length right. Okay. Oops, it's too much. Let's see. I think what I might do on that Joy one that I cut incorrectly is maybe print a new one. because I don't want it to be weak at the place where I'm going to slide in something. So I think it would make the best sense if I were to cut a new one. What a bummer. Here I thought I was being so good using up a scrap. Ah. Okay, so this is not going to be long enough to shorten it a little bit. So are you guys feeling the pinch of Christmas being just a couple weeks away? Hardly even. It's shocking, isn't it? It's just shocking. Shocking. Okay, and then here. And I want to make sure that it's good and tight because I don't want these little guys slipping out. Okay. There and there. One final trial. And there. This is like a metal ribbon, so you can twist it. I mean, it's really great to work with. Once you crease it, it really keeps that crease. Okay, let's see. All right, so dare I bring out the glue and try this again? Oh my gosh. Okay, first I'm going to glue it down to the ribbon because I don't really want there to be space beyond the obvious space of the belly band. I don't need a pleat to give me extra depth, is what I'm saying. Okay, and then let's let that dry and let's do this one. Okay. So we're having another super sunny, beautiful day. It's in the 70s. It was in the 80s last week. The mornings are cold. The nights are cold. Tomorrow morning I'm going to an outdoor swap meet, flea market kind of thing. I met a lady at an antique shop. Well, actually, it was at the boutique that I showed you I got the laces from. I think I bought one thing from her. I didn't buy most of them from her. But she knows her stuff, and I own a lot of the stuff she's selling, actually. And we got talking, and she's trying to get rid of things now, so she's going to start going to the swap. And so, you know, she asked what I like to buy. And since I have so many things, my fallback, it's terrible, I shouldn't buy a thing. My fallback is books, you know, really, really old, fabulous covered books would be what, you know, you can't get too much of those. I've got a lot that I need to use, but that's still, I love to shop, you know, I don't do that much really. So I wanted to give her something to think about. So I'm meeting her there tomorrow at her booth in the morning. And my girlfriend was going to meet me there too, but she can't now. So I'm going to be going alone. And who knows what other goodies she may bring. Dangerous, dangerous. So we shall see. But it will be fun. It's a chance to get some exercise. That's what I tell myself. It's outside. It's like a hop to the beach. It's at a big fairgrounds kind of thing. And it's a lot of different kind of vendors, and it's fun. I don't go very often. All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I didn't mess it up. Shock, shock, right? Huh. Okay, so then I've got to cut out the tops of these. So they look like that. They're cutely backed with another paper from one of Nicola's kits last year, maybe, or last. You know what? Oh. You know, I made all those cute, I rested all those cute safety pins. What if I pinned, do I have one? What if I pinned them to the side? Oh my gosh, I'm liking this idea. I'm going to try it. That way, I can have them not fall out and use my rusted pins and space them out. Oh, I think that's a cute idea. So that's what I'm going to do. I like this one. This is not really an ornament, but I cut it out of that paper, and the blue doesn't necessarily go on this page. So what if I were to, I'd have to make a circle up there. If this were like that, it doesn't really look like an ornament, does it? Okay, so we would go like that, or I could go like that. Actually, the one I'd want to do that with is this, because I love that cabin scene. Okay, well, I have to cut these out. That's fussy cutting, and you don't need to watch that. So I'll figure something out. Maybe that pin's too big. Maybe that's too much. But they're not going to stay in there otherwise. It's not going to happen. And if I put them on the outside, I don't know. And I need to brown the edges too. They're a little too new looking. Alright, well, I'll figure that out later. So what else was I going to do? What else was I going to work on? Okay. What's my time like? Oh, we have 2.5 minutes. This is one of the papers that comes in the kit. So you get to cut these out. You can use the paper as it is, but she has other ones like this where the white isn't showing, and she's filled it in with the gray or a brown. So this is really meant to be cut out. And I love that because I think they're beautiful. I love them. There's all different shapes and sizes. Let's see. Oh, I know what I can share with you. I took a couple of card fronts. These are cards that I received. This is written by a girl that was in the Holocaust, alive during the Holocaust, and her last name is Frank, so I'm guessing she might have been some relative of Anne's, and it's just so sweet, and the colors are very rich, and it feels like a special day, and I just think it's the sweetest thing. So I'm going to use that somewhere. And then this Christmas card came with the sequins on it, and it's very old-fashioned looking, and I think it's really darling. I'm not sure I like this outer edge, but it does go with this kit, I think. The gold, of course, and just the overall feel of it. So, I wanted to put that pink on the vellum before I forget. So, let's see. Okay, this is gold and gold, so if I put the pink on this vellum, what do you think? If I did that, and then maybe I could put this here. That's pretty. The pink gets lost again as it goes over the card. But the gold looks really good with the gold, and the style of font goes with the, early 1900s feel of these stockings and mantle. I like that. Where else do I have vellum? I've got vellum here. This Christmas Eve washi is from Chapter 1 Papers. It's from their kit last year called Christmas Wishes. So that worked out perfectly because this kit by Nicola is titled Christmas Eve. So that's perfect. And then these are tags from one of her kits last year. Last year. I love this owl. And this is also a paper from then. And so I thought that looked, whoops, that scared me. I thought that looked really nice. So you know, I'm debating, that's my trigger to go. I'm sort of debating using this pocket ladder, which is so blue. But it just looks heavy. But A Family, that's such a Christmassy theme. And the snow. I love these cards that come from chapter 1. Love this sleigh ride. This beautiful paper. Just love it. So, I don't know. I mean, that looks nice with the blue shining through it, doesn't it? That looks good. And I do love this. I think it's a strong contender. I'd love to hear what you think. Drop me a line, drop me a note in the comments. Tell me if you think that looks good. I used a red and a beige thread to go around the edges. Maybe I need to also do a blue. I do think that looks pretty. It really shows up those snowflakes. There's a pocket. So what was I looking for? Oh, I was looking for another piece of vellum to put the pink on. Could also go here since this is pink. And this angel is from an older kit by Nicola. Isn't she beautiful? I mean, look at this paper. Love it. But again, when you put something behind the vellum snowflakes, they show up more. And then this could go here. Or like this. That looks better on this spread, going in this direction. So then I would just have to find something that went well. I'll have to think about it. So, thank you for joining me. I hope you got something out of it or took a little break that you needed and enjoyed it. So take care, continuing on with whatever you're doing to celebrate and get ready for Christmas Day. And happy Hanukkah to those of you who celebrate. And I will see you next time. Thanks, guys.